Gwen McCrae, born Gwen Mosley on December 21, 1943, in Pensacola, Florida, was a celebrated American singer whose career spanned decades, leaving a significant mark on the music industry. Best known for her 1975 hit Rockin Chair, McCrae was revered as the queen of rare groove. Her powerful vocals, which seamlessly blended gospel, soul, disco, and funk, became a staple for sampling by prominent artists in the dance music industry, including Cassius, Madlib, Lady Gaga, Avicii, Cypress Hill, and Mobb Deep, among others. While she achieved success in the United States, her influence was particularly profound in Europe. She remained an active performer until 2012, when health complications forced her to step away from the stage. Gwen's passion for music was evident from an early age. Growing up as the youngest of 5 children, she began performing in local clubs during her teenage years, singing with groups like the Lafayettes and the Independents. In 1963, fate led her to cross paths with a young sailor named George McCrae. Their romance was swift, and within a week, the couple was married. This union not only defined their personal lives, but also their musical careers. By 1963, Gwen and George McCrae were performing as a duo and soon landed a recording contract with Henry Stone's TK Records. Their talent caught the attention of singer Betty Wright, who played a crucial role in getting them signed to Stone's Alston record label in 1967. While working under TK's subsidiary label, Cat, Gwen embarked on her solo career, making a name for herself in the R&B scene. Her rendition of Bobby Bland's Led Me On in 1970 was her first taste of success, followed by another hit, For Your Love. However, it wasn't until 1975 that McCrae reached the pinnacle of her career. Her husband, George, had already gained fame with his song Rock Your Baby, and soon, Gwen followed with Rockin Chair, which climbed to number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 and claimed the top spot on the R&B charts. The song was met with critical acclaim, with music critic Robert Christgau praising its irresistible blend of Memphis soul and disco. Her subsequent release, Love Insurance, also gained traction, peaking at number 16 on the R&B chart. In 1972, Gwen McCrae recorded the song Always on My Mind, a track that later became a classic when covered by artists such as Elvis Presley, Willie Nelson, and the Pet Shop Boys. This demonstrated her influence in shaping musical trends beyond the genres she primarily worked in. As the 1980s approached, McCrae's career took a new turn. Following the collapse of TK Records, she relocated to New Jersey and signed with Atlantic Records. Her tenure with the label resulted in the release of 2 albums, and in 1981, she found success with Funky Sensation, which reached number 22 on the R&B charts. A year later, she scored another moderate hit with Keep the Fire Burning. Despite shifting dynamics in the music industry, her earlier recordings maintained a strong presence, particularly in the UK's Northern Soul scene, keeping her in demand as a live performer in Europe. After returning to Florida, McCrae recorded a one-off single titled Do You Know What I Mean for Black Jack Records in 1984 before temporarily retiring from the industry. However, music continued to call her back. In 1987, she traveled to the UK to record singles for Rhythm King Records. A few years later, in 1996, she collaborated with the British label Homegrown Records, releasing an album titled Girlfriend's Boyfriend. Around the same time, she signed with the revived Goldwax label, distributed by Ichiban Records, and recorded another album, Psychic Hotline. As the 1990s came to a close, Gwen McCrae's influence on the dance music scene grew. In 1999, the French house duo Cassius released the single Feeling For You, which prominently sampled her song All This Love That I'm Giving. The track became a major hit, entering the top 20 on the UK singles chart. The same year, Funky Sensation was sampled in DJ Thomilla's German hit Get Up, ensuring her voice continued to reach new generations. Moving into the 2000s, McCrae embraced new opportunities, releasing her first gospel album in 2004. Her legacy as a sampled artist continued when rap producer Madlib featured her vocals on Gamble on Ya Boy, a track from his album Lib AM, King of the Wig Flip. In 2005, she joined forces with the Soul Power organization, which was responsible for reviving the careers of soul legends like Marva Whitney, Lynn Collins, Martha High, Bobby Bird, and Ramp. This collaboration led to multiple live performances alongside the Soul Power All-Stars. In 2007, McCrae lent her voice to Sounding Rick's album Living in the Acoustic Projects, and 2 years later, she featured on his follow-up album, Blabbermouth. Demonstrating her continued passion for recording, she released her single Now I Found Love in December 2010 through Plain Truth Entertainment. The track was produced and mixed by Steve Sola and composed by David Segal, showing that even after decades in the industry, McCrae remained committed to creating music. Gwen McCrae married George McCrae in 1963. Just a week after meeting him, the couple collaborated musically but eventually divorced. However, her career was tragically interrupted in June 2012 when she suffered a stroke while performing in England. The stroke left her paralyzed on the left side of her body and unable to walk, effectively ending her time on stage. Despite her health struggles, her legacy endured through her music, which continued to be celebrated and sampled across various genres. On February 21, 2025, the music world mourned the passing of Gwen McCrae at the age of 81. Her contributions to soul, funk, disco, and dance music left an indelible mark, cementing her as one of the most influential voices of her time. Throughout her career, McCrae released numerous albums, including Rockin Chair, 1975, Something So Right, 1976, Let's Straighten It Out, 1978, and Melody of Life, 1979. Though some of her albums did not chart, her impact was undeniable. McCrae's singles, from Lead Me On in 1970 to Rockin Chair in 1975 and Funky Sensation in 1981, became classics, showcasing her ability to evolve with the changing music landscape. Many of her songs found new life through remixes and samples, introducing her sound to younger audiences. Her name remains synonymous with timeless music, and her influence continues to resonate within the industry. From humble beginnings in Pensacola to global recognition, Gwen McCrae's journey was one of perseverance, talent, and lasting impact. Whether through her own performances or through the countless artists who have reimagined her work, her voice lives on, ensuring that her legacy will never be forgotten. In conclusion, Gwen McCrae had an estimated net worth of $20 million at the time of her demise. She accumulated this sum of money from her career, endorsements, and her business ventures. With that, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos like this.